mornings, working on themselves as they didn't know who they'll play next week. Players taking advantage of the off week to get healthy, and they say they're ready to hit the ground running when they report back for work this week.
I'm very excited. This will be my first playoff game, playing in, since I've been here.
I know guys are just excited to get out there again. I mean, this week we had a lot of competition going against each other and having some fun doing that, but these guys are chomping at the bit to get out there and get home.
For me, it's my first time in the playoffs. I've never played in a playoff game, so kind of chomping at the bit to get this going and get ready to play.
I'm very excited. It's what you play for. As a kid growing up, wanting to play in this league, wanting to play in playoff games, wanting to play big-time football at the highest level is what I've dreamed about.
First playoff game for Mo Claiborne, for Sean Lee, and for the rookies, of course. Let's talk Dak Prescott here. Dak putting up some dazzling numbers in his rookie season, starting all 16 games with 13 wins, a quarterback rating of 104.9, setting an NFL rookie record in that category. Completion percentage up there among the league leaders. Touchdowns to interceptions, 23-4. What else can you say about the season Dak Prescott has had? And he's answered every call, whether it was a preseason game, starting a regular season game. Now, what can he do in the postseason, Randy?
Well, he's been phenomenal all year long, being the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. I said that at the beginning of the year. I don't think he really understood what that was, but he hasn't faltered all year long. He's been cool, calm, collected in every situation, good and bad, and I think he will remain to be the same in these playoff games. It's just another game. But it's an important one. It's sudden death. You lose, you go home. But, it's just another game. You go out there, you play it the best you can, and then let the chips fall.
I think all season Dak has had the benefit of knowing he doesn't have to single-handedly win the game by himself. Tom Brady has to be stellar. Aaron Rodgers has to be stellar. Matt Ryan, who only has one career playoff win, has to be stellar. Dak Prescott has to be solid. He has to be above average like he has been all year. He's been spectacular. But when I mean above average, he just has to protect the ball, do the checkdowns, hit the open man, not make mistakes. But he doesn't have it all on his shoulders. So I expect him to play with an ease and a looseness like he has all year.
A lot of talk about who's the MVP in the league. It looks like Atlanta's Matt Ryan will probably be the MVP if you look at the early poll results on that. By the way, the MVP winner will be announced the night before the Super Bowl. On this Cowboys team, a lot of people think it's a toss-up between Dak Prescott and Ezekiel Elliott. I'm telling you, I think Zeke Elliott is the MVP. Take nothing away from Dak, but I think Zeke Elliott is not only the MVP on this team, I think he's the MVP in the entire league. And I just don't think that you can discount what he has brought to this Cowboys team this year.
Well, you can't. I mean, and it's a reflection of Dak and the offensive line and the defense of the whole team. This has been a team effort this year.
And Zeke has made the Dallas defense the #1 run defense in the league, I believe, because of what he has given to this team, what DeMarco Murray did, and then some a couple of years ago.
I agree with you, Bill, and I think, Zeke he's a phenomenal player. He's had a phenomenal year. From the time that he ran out there and went in the defensive huddle, I went, what is this guy doing?
Well, that's the other thing, the leadership.
Yeah,
not only Zeke, but also Dak has shown throughout the year. It's amazing for a 21-year-old rookie like Ezekiel Elliott to come in here and command the locker room like he has. And running backs don't normally command the locker room.
I'm going co-MVP. I think these guys are pretty much inseparable, and they're off to such a fast track in their career, and hopefully it continues that way for years to come. But I think they're like Batman and Robin. They're like cookies and milk. They're like pork chops and applesauce, salt and pepper, peanut butter and jelly. I can go on and on, but I think they're so intermeshed and so intermingled, and I think it's a beautiful thing to see.
Randy, how tough is it for a rookie, whether it be Ezekiel Elliott, like you mentioned, going into the huddle in San Francisco during the middle of a game last week and urging on the defense, or Dak Prescott? He has those same kinds of intangibles. How tough is it for rookies to come into a veteran locker room and be leaders on the team?
Well, I mean, it's a chemistry that just happens, Bill. You can't make it happen. I mean, Jason Garrett's done, like I said, has done a great job, the coaching staff. But, the players and the camaraderie that this team has and the chemistry that they have, it's just something you can't buy it. You can't make it happen. It just happens. And when it does, it's a wonderful thing on a football team. And they got it going this year.
I think it says a lot to the confidence these two rookies have in themselves and their team.
I think it's easy to follow someone when they're performing. I think if Dak and Zeke weren't performing, they wouldn't be people who could be followed and trusted, Randy. I think their performance level has been so high, it's been easy for the veterans to say, wait a minute, if he can ball like that, I can listen to what this guy has to say.
You're exactly right, Keith. That's the way it's got to be. Without performance, you're not going to follow him anywhere.
All right, defense. Does defense win championships first, Randy? And secondly, does this Dallas team have enough defense to win a championship?
Football teams that play as a team win championships, Bill.
All right.
And I think this team, yes, I think they do have all of the ingredients to win a championship. They just have to go out there and do it. I can tell you, it's a special opportunity. I was a rookie. We played in 3 Super Bowls my first 4 years. I thought surely we're going back to the Super Bowl, right? We only won 1 out of the 3, but, you know, and I played the rest of my career, never went to 3 NFC championship games and never had another chance. So when you get an opportunity to be here, take advantage of it, enjoy it, and go out there and try and win.
Well, and really, when it comes to this defense, in the last quarter of the season, they have been putting more pressure on the quarterback, and obviously that's going to be a huge key next week against either Aaron Rodgers or Eli Manning.
Well, this defense has come on at the right time, Bill. They're starting to gel. They're getting pressure. They've been the #1 run defense. They haven't allowed a 100-yard rushing team. But, you know, this pass rush is going to be ultra important, especially against the 2 teams that we might play, Green Bay or the Giants. You know, they don't really, either team has much of a running game. That pressure on that quarterback, controlling him, disrupting his timing, throwing him off, creating turnovers, penalties, and all those things that happen with pressure on the quarterback, that's going to be the difference in a football game.
And this may not go down as one of the better defenses in NFL history if the Cowboys do win the Super Bowl, but they have the best, unquestionably, the most dominating defensive player in the entire league right now, and that's Sean Lee.
And Sean Lee, hey, somebody finally noticed. Sean Lee made first-team All-Pro this week. He didn't make the Pro Bowl, but he made first-team All-Pro. You talk about leadership on a team. Sean Lee, it's kind of been behind the scenes showing that leadership, but we really saw it a couple of weeks ago in the Detroit game when that defense was playing awful the first quarter of that game, and Sean Lee gathered the troops around him on the Cowboys sideline, and that defense shut down the Lions the rest of that game. I don't think that's a coincidence.
No. Sean Lee is a great player, and he keeps hit on it. You talk about performance. The way this guy plays, he can stand up in front of that defense, and he can tell them, hey, look, fellas, it's time. We got to knock this off. We got to start playing defense. And they're going to respect him because they know he's going to go out there and play that way.
I give 50 a perfect 50 this year. You know, coming into the season, one of his big things was, I got to stay healthy, no matter who he talked to. I know I have to stay healthy. I know I've been injury plagued. I know the team needs me on that field to reach his highest level. And he committed himself more than he ever has in the offseason. He stayed healthy, and he has been a dominant force throughout.
And he's probably already studied up on not only the Lions, he's put that one aside now, but this week he probably studied up on the Giants and the Packers so much he could go play a game today. All right, coming up here on Cowboys Game Day, we look back at our season predictions from Week 1 and who's coming to Arlington next Sunday. Next on